on my owns, I did. I thought up all on my little owns. This is what a genius mind I am. And I don't know why I've got these headphones on because we've got to get through the Lotto before and I will be opening the line to people who are interested, who are going to be nice. But anyway, we have to get on the show. So here we go. This now, when I play this, what it is, I've got the names on here of the 5 people, right? So let me just do this so you know I'm not cheating. Whoops. So I'm not picking out one, but I know which one it is. So let's do that. Then put them in the bag. Oh, I thought all this up on myself. I'm intelligent, I am. If I can find the bleeding up. You put them all in the bag. There we are. All in the bag. Now, these are what? Are on there. Now, these numbers you've got are not on the cards. The cards don't have numbers. I'm just going to choose one by absolute. Or actually, what I'll do to make sure you know I'm not cheating, I'll ask you how many times, what number I should pick out. In other words, should I pick out 2 of them? Should I pick out 3 of them? Should I pick out 1 of them? So that you know I'm not picking out one that I know that's in there. But these are the people that are coming up. I say these numbers are not relevant to what's in the bag. It's just the names in the bag. So here we go. Number 1, Darren G. And so that's, Darren G. We all know him, don't we? L5 Alive, can say a lot about him. A lot about Darren, I can. Here we go. Here's number 2. Number 2, Decca HEGGIE. Yeah, now there we go. Decca's, I think we all know Decca's, don't we? No instructions here. Oh, God, and there's number 3, which has to be the worst one. Number 3, Shadow Boxer. And here's number 4, someone we haven't heard for a while. Number 4, Paul Ellis. Yeah, failed cardboard gangster, Mr. Ellis. I know he's not. Now you'll all be surprised by this. How come you can put this person in here? How come you can put this person in here? You don't know what I know. You all don't know what I know about this person. You think this person is lovely, do you? Number 5, Mrs. ViDEOCRAiG. Yes, so they're the ones. And what I do is I pick one out the bag. You tell me which number you want. Oh, this is going to be a pink. You're going to pick the wrong different numbers, aren't you? So that one's not going to work. Anyway, let's see what you're saying in the chat. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Pizza face. Pizza face. Yeah, so let's see. So here's the bag. Here's the bag. There's the bag now. I'm going to do that. Look, actually, I'm going to close my eyes and look away. So you can see they're all in there. So let's see. I'm just going to pick any one at random. Please don't be Shatterboxer because I really can't stomach talking about that thing. Now, who have we got? Oh! Look who it is. It's Decca's. Decca's. I really didn't want to talk about that shadow fella because he really does knock my stomach sideways. Chris, oh yeah. Well, Craig's here. He could tell you, oh, she's nice, is she nice? He must have got permission of her. Oh, what? What control freak? She has him under her thumb. Under her thumb, she has him. Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Telling you now. So anyway, here we go. It's going to be, God, okay. Here we are, Craig. You're losing business now. You're losing business. God, it would be Darren. But as long as it wasn't that horrendous, I was hoping it would be Darren G. But again, once someone comes out, so there we are, comes out now, he doesn't go back in again. So anyway, let's get on to it. If anyone wants to talk about Decca HEGGIE, come on and talk about it. But don't forget, I've got to see who you are. And if Thingo's watching, what was it? White Rabbit. You know, Whitey Creature. As long as you behave yourself, you can come on. There we go. So we're all going to be talking about Decca. You did the one before, didn't he? Saying that he's back out. He's back home again. How many times is he coming home? Yeah, Chrissy. Well, you see, Craig was down doing that because you know what will happen if you know, she finds out that you've been talking about it. You know what will happen, don't you? Oh, poor man. No, it's terrible for a man to, you know, be emasculated like that by a harpy. Oh, she might come up one week. I can tell you now, people. Do you know what? He's too cocky for his own bleeding good. Him. Cocky. Too cocky for his own good. If I got anything for him, here we are. Got anything, here we are. Here we are. So here we are. This is what I shouldn't have took that off. Took it that off. I should have took it. Shouldn't have took it that off. Who said that the other day? Took it and I told them off. Here we are. Here we are. There we are. That's what you get. Charlie Chuck giving you a laugh. Hello, Welsh girl. Hello, Scotch check. You're going to pop out, you'll be back in 30. It's not going on for 30 minutes. If someone doesn't come on, it's not going to go on all that long at all. Just catching up on chat there. This, I thought it up the other day. I was thinking and I thought, oh, what can I do to entertain my wonderful, wonderful audience? And so I thought, you know what, why don't I come up with this? It's brilliant if anyone turns up, like, but I don't think anyone's going to turn up, Kate. If no one turns up, I'm just going to have a little talk then. Get off! And that's where the show ends, because I won't be doing it again, because you just try things, don't you, see if they work, and if they don't work, you don't do them again, do you? Or you change the format. I think what I'll do is I'll do the next one I'll do a premiere. In other words, it'll be pre-recorded. I'll be in the chat, but it'll be pre-recorded. Because people are absolutely, yeah, it's real. It is real, Shaz. Do you remember that? Did you ever see The Empire Strikes Back? Where he's riding that thing through the snow. That thing, and he's like that on it, like that, or like that, something like that. Anyway, it's made from one of them. It's made from one of them. So I'm going to have a quick talk about them now, because no one's coming on, and I'm not putting the link out again because I can tell no one wants to come on. So Decca HEGGIE then, right? Well, what can you say? It's the same old thing, isn't it? Telling lies all the time. Might as well take these off. Telling lies all the time, isn't he? Just the usual, manipulating people. But the thing is that you've got to be careful of, as people have been pointing out. This thing he's got, you know, with the trying to raise money for this woman that's passed away. People be very careful, and you have to say this and stress it. He has been known to scam people in the past, and he's just constantly lying all the time. So I wouldn't trust him with it. And it's trying to get the money back. That's the problem. It's trying to get the money back off him. Because if you look at his site, I'm not going to put any of his videos on here because I think he will try and strike us if I do. He'll let Craig get away with it, but I don't think he'd let me get away with it because, you know, I do it too seriously and he doesn't like that. He thinks I'm a bully. So let's see what some of the questions are. Oh, he is. Crafty Cow is drilling right over me. If anyone wants to come on, I'll put the link out again, but you'll have to trust me for it. Why won't they let him get on and fight? Well, this is the whole issue I pointed out. I don't think he wants to fight. He doesn't want to fight. He keeps on arranging or say he's going to fight this person, fight that person. The only person I'd really think he would fight again is God. Forgotten his name. His nemesis. Danny Christie. I don't know why I forgot Danny Christie. Old age, that's what it is. Old age, that's the diagnosis. Yeah, I think he would fight Danny Christie because he needs that. He needs that propulsion to get him notes again. But he won't fight. Tell now he's not going to fight Chatterboxer. Good job that he doesn't. And that's for Brett May, who's doing a back and forth with Shadowboxer. Brett May should stop doing that, because that is one person you really don't want getting any clout, and he's enjoying every minute of it. He's getting views out of it. He'll be walking away at the moment. I was looking at the views he's getting. He'll be walking roughly around about £200 a month off YouTube. £200 a month with the views he's getting. Craig, he makes about $2,500 a week on his. Yeah, ViDEOCRaig makes $2,500 a week. But yet it's so Madman. That's what I'd say. I don't think he will fight. He'd only ever do it with Danny Christie. Maybe Paul Vennessy would. But someone like Brett May, someone like Shadowboxer, he's not going to. He's just saying he's going to, but he always comes up with an excuse not to. And that's for Shadowboxer. I think everyone should just dismiss him and shun him. Because out of the two, and I'll say this, I think he's the worst. He's the most dangerous, because at least Decca has the sense to know when he's being watched, knows not to do anything. But Shadowboxer is totally oblivious to the fact that what he does is not funny. It's not a comedy routine. It's serious assaults he's carrying out on people. So my screen's gone all funny. So anyway, that's it. I don't think he will actually fight anyone, Decca. But people, it shouldn't be up for him to say, should he fight? People should say, no, I'm not going to fight. And Danny Christie's done the thing by ignoring him, because he'll just feed off Danny Christie. Side note, you know the way that bleeding ViDEOCRaig leeches off me? He's always clickbaiting my name. You've seen him in here before, didn't you? Talking about clickbaiting my name. You know why? Because he knows he gets views if he mentions me. Well, that's it, Kelsey. Oh, Kelsey, I'll do it after I've done this. He was asked a few times and kept messing people about, so now he's on the do list, and nobody wants the headache. He's always brings with him. That's it. It's the trouble that comes with him. And you know that fella, that the last fella he fought with? I mean, God, he was quarter size, and he had him on his back. So that was a bit. Oh, here we are, Kels. For my Kels, because Kels is my mom. My Kels. And if anyone else wants one, they have to come on and have a little talk with me. Now, this, you make a good point there, Welsh Girl. If Craig's got any sense, and I hope if Craig's listening, he's listening in, or Chrissy, or someone that's listening, I can tell you now, Shadowboxer will strike his channel. No doubt about it. He will, out of spite. Striker's channel. No doubt. He won't be able to get away with it. Like, see, Decca HEGGIE sees it as, which you can argue it does. Keeps Decca HEGGIE relevant. There we are, Craig. Good. Just saying to you, don't, if you're going to talk about Chatterboxer, make sure that you don't do it in a way that he can strike your channel, because he will. He will. He tried it with mine. Just because he used the photograph of him. But yeah, so be careful. He's not to joke with him. He'd love, excuse me, Shadowboxer would love nothing more than Craig to do a comedy routine, no backwards and forwards with him. But he really is a nasty. I mean, Decca's a nasty piece of work, but Shadowboxer just takes it to a level. And that's why I'm glad I wasn't speaking to him. And I think I will take his name out of the bleeding thing, because after I did it, I thought, oh, God, I don't want to talk about him, because he just really put the creeps on me. Has he? Has Decca struck your channel? Lollies. Lollies. Decca needs you. He needs you. You can't survive without Craig. Why don't you come on and have a little chat, Craig? Come on. Get some more, because these sorts won't come on, you know. Do you know what it is? This is what happens when you have a witch. It is. That's what happens when you have a witch following you around. She's casting spells. She is. She's casting spells. No one go on. No one go on. She's sitting there now with a candle. And what witches do, those pentagrammy thingies. That's what she's doing. I know. Here we are. This for Celts. This for Ks. I keep on calling you. See, 2Ks, you can't blame me. It's easy to get mixed up. Here we are, darling. This is just for you. And I'll give you this as well. There we are. See, you got two there. Kelsey didn't even get that. How are you, bell ringer? Oh, no. He's got a cheek, hasn't he, calling out ViDEOCRaig when what he's done. I mean, what Craig did came out of his mouth, didn't it? What he's done. I'm just reading this one. Would you be okay with them? You'd have to say that again, madman. Yeah, that's Charlie Chuck. Charlie Chuck, that is way off his head he was as a comedian. He's still going, I think. I'm sure he is. But very, I say, very strange. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I think it is. He's not going to do it because he knows damn well he won't do these fights unless it's those two. There's nothing wrong with her. I don't believe 1 minute that's happened to her, and you're getting off because you're here to cause trouble. Shows comes out with a cry story when I say something about it to make it dramatic and get me attacked. Every word out of her mouth is a lie. Tucker, do you know what it is? There we are, Tucker. Let me ask you something. Are you a fan of Craig's? Do you like Craig? I hate these bleeding lemon suckers, I do. What has Chrissy done? I mean, are these people for real? Are they for real? That their lives are that bloody secluded that they can't? So yes. So why do you think somehow that I'm serious? Catch me in church on Sunday when I'm preaching to the multitude. When you want to get me serious, Tucker, you're watching the wrong person. Couldn't give a damn whether it's discussing or not. I don't believe she is. Have you seen pictures of her wired up? I haven't. So anyway, as I'm saying, getting off because I'm not making this about that person. Right. So getting back on to the man in question, Decca HEGGIE. Now, this is the thing about him. And I've said this before, he gets off on basically manipulating everyone. And he loves nothing more than them knowing he's manipulating them. I saw this. He asked one that used to follow me, but I haven't seen them for ages. What's it called? What do you call those people that change partners? You know, the what do you call them when they have? Oh, come on, one of you old tarts in here will know, won't you? Come on, one of you old tarsies will know. Do you remember these swingers? Swinger. That's it, swinger. That's it. Is one of his loyalist fans. Now, Swinger even said at one point, twigged that he was because he was saying about he loved ViDEOCRaig and all this, trying to get ViDEOCRaig on side so they could do their comedy routine together. And then straight away like that, was laughing and jeering with him. And I thought he knows he can manipulate them. And that's why he does it. It gives him a thrill. It's same when we've heard the records, he likes to control women. He gets possessive with them. He has to know what they're doing, has to know what they think, has to know they can't look here, they can't look there. Well, he's doing that with his audience, but he's not only doing it where he's subtly manipulating them. He's letting them know, like, I'm back home. We know he's not back home. But it can get sick when he's claiming things have happened to him that we know. I don't know whether Swing was all right with me. But then I called them saying, I think it might be a woman actually, because she said about her son, I think it was. But Swing was always okay with me. I never had to impose. Then I seen her making this comment. Do you remember when Decca said that I posted a picture of his papa, which you didn't? I've got no reason to put. And his papa's out there anyway. He's everywhere. I didn't post a picture. Well, Swinger said something like, yeah, Owen is a horrible person. I thought, that's not nice. I've always been nice to you, which it was. And there was another one called Big Boobies, but not Big Boobies. It was called TITF. And I was okay with that one, but that one vanished as well. But they always seem to be together. Well, this is the thing. As Craig says, why shouldn't he? And he's got a point. Do you know he's making people, right? Let me stress again. ViDEOCRaig is making roughly halfway around $2,500 a week. A week. Get that? A week. A week from his YouTube channel. I don't think so. I don't get the feeling, because I say Swinger, that's it, I'm a Swinger, was never nasty to me when they were on my channel. They were never nasty, but just thought that was off. I mean, if you're going to say something, say it to me face. Don't say it on Decca's channel. Because I didn't mind if it was a Decca fan, up to them. As long as they were okay with me. But I don't think it started chips. I really don't. Let's say I'm just reading. Anyone want me to take the mention something about? Because none of you coming on, are you? Anyone want to make something, mention something about that and discuss further? Because I say my views on them. But to let people know how I learned about Decca HEGGIE. Oh, this is before it kicked off around him. I think it was just starting to stay. This was just coming up to the big kickoff with Danny Christie. I was talking to Sean Atwood at that time, and I got a phone call from Sean Atwood. Do you want to go on Decca HEGGIE's live stream? He's doing a live stream, and I'd never heard of this Decca HEGGIE. Never heard of him, didn't know who he was. So I had to look, and I couldn't see anything wrong. I'd say this is before this big, massive kickoff. And next thing, what happened was, I saw that another fellow was on there. I won't mention his name. And I said, no chance. So I'm not going on there with him on there. And it's like, you know, well, Sean just accepts what you say. He doesn't argue with you. So I thought, they will leave at that. And it was that one where Steve Wraith was on there. Sean was on there. I don't know whether Dan G was on there. I might be wrong, but oh no, Sean and Jenny were on there. His partner, weren't they? They were on there, and it just hit the fan after that. And I thought, thank God I did not go on there. And then poor Ronan went on alive with him, didn't he? So literally, Ronan stepped in where I feared to tread, as they say. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. And I'm not calling Ronan a fool. He didn't know. He didn't know. Like, I didn't really know the danger in Decca. I didn't know it was going to blow up like that. It was just that someone else was on there that I thought was a very dangerous individual that I didn't want to go on. But I was to be used as a shield to save us, which a twig later to being, you know, a shield saying that he's being bullied and trolled and all this. So when it did kick off, that's when I thought, oh, I'm standing back here. And I just watched and watched and watched. And at first, people knew was still sitting on the fence. I wasn't condemning him, but I wasn't saying he was free from having done it. And then the next thing that happened was he came out with his saw. And that's when I knew. I thought, oh, something wrong is, and that's when I said, no, I said, this person can't be trusted. And that's when it all happened. Oh, yeah. Yes. And an old lady. Cheek of him. Old? I'll give him old. Do you know, all these trolls coming on here, I don't know why, because they just get kicked out. Yeah, old lady she gets. So that's how it happened. That's how I first learned about a man called Decca HEGGIE. I was supposed to be used as shield, and thankfully, because there was someone else on there, I wouldn't go on there because I knew this person was a very dubious person. And it all, I could never have guessed that it would have got to this stage. Never have guessed. You know what? Eek is in here force and all this little well, she should say goes from one account to another. Anyone who knows about the mouse, Speedo mouse, Goes from one account to the other. It's got loads of accounts. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, Bellringer, because do you remember Darren G was up his backside? Then he's called now for all sorts. Decca's, I did say Decca, didn't say Darren G, did. What did it say? Yeah, Darren G was up Decca's backside, wasn't he? Says up his backside. Then he's calling him out. Then he's up his backside again. Then he's calling him out. But if you look at Darren G, he's just gone. No one wants anything to do with him because he's a troublemaker. But I could believe that Darren G is behind some of it. I won't go on about Darren G because we're supposed to be talking about Decca, because there might be a time, but there will come a time when Darren G is the one that's pulled out the bag. And will I have something to say then? Then you won't be able to call on, because I'll be doing all the gabbing when his name comes up. If anyone wants to come on, let me know. Because keep this going until about 40 minutes. And then here we go. A bit of a breakdown. Oh, he tries to control everyone. That's what I'm saying. He's a manipulator. And he just makes absolute idiots out of people. And it's fascinating watching the people. Oh, do you remember that one that he had? Big Tony. That was embarrassing. That was where's he vanished to? Does anyone know where Big Tony's vanished? Because that was embarrassing, man. It was really, really embarrassing. If anyone doesn't know, we had this fella called Big Tony, and he was like his big advertisement all the time was him. And there was one where Decca was claiming he was a victim of things being done to when he was a child, which I'm very, very dubious of, because of course Mouse on certain things he was saying that was contradictory of what he said. And this, oh, Decca, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And all this. And it's like, oh, God, get a life. You're not talking about Tony Baker's, are you? You took Tony Baker. Can't see anyone getting money out of him. Tight ass. Can't see that happening. So is that which Tony are you talking about? Oh, Big T. Oh, wasn't there something really way off about him? Way to the left. It just didn't. This is it. If most probably that's true. And you know, I've got no sympathy for Tony. No sympathy. If you're going to be that stupid, he hasn't got learning difficulties. You could tell by the way he spoke. He was fighting his corner, wouldn't listen when he was told. I forget who told him. Someone went on there, didn't he, and tried to tell him, said, what about this? What about that? And I'm not going to talk about that. So he was intentionally not looking. So if he has been had off by Decca, tough, I wouldn't show him one bit of sympathy, because he walked right into it. Yeah, correct. I just been explained now. Yeah, it was that was well, and if anyone was carrying on around me like that, I'd be freaked out so much. I'd be like, "Ooh, get away from me! Get away from me!" What's the sentence, Acro? So there was something just, I say, okay, so something way to the left about that big Tony fella. I don't know how anyone could be so gullible. Really, so gullible as to it was creepy. It was very, very creepy. But you see people sticking up for Shadowboxer, and we know damn well what Shadowbox is like and what he's done. And yet they're supporting them. And this way you have to be careful about paying attention to certain people on YouTube. Looks like look if people are giving if people are giving money to Decca HEGGIE and he's ripping them off. Tough. It's a lesson to learn, isn't it? It's a lesson. But it's, do you know what? The stupidity of people knows no end. Honestly, people are so gullible. So gullible. I mean, I saw that in the police. Used to get someone coming in, right? And they'd be reporting that they've been fleeced of the money. Because guess what? They were told by email they'd won a lottery. And they had to pay so much money to have it released. And of course, they were scammed. And when it would happen in glitches. It sort of like happened twice a year that people would be coming in. And I'd always say the same thing. I said, didn't you ever stop to think so? How can I win a lottery I never entered? And they'd look at you. And I'd say to them, the chance of you're getting your money back are practically zero, which it was. And once I saw one horrendous case, and you're talking about it was over 50 grand. They got off this person. So people are really gullible. And we're not talking about people with mental health issues. Just for some reason, as one officer said to me, and I said, why didn't they? I mean, don't they know that if they don't enter these things, how can they win them? And she turned around and said, because they're greedy. And it made sense then. She just said, they're greedy. That's what it is. And if you can afford to fork out 50k, do you need that? Let's see, there's so much. Yeah. He doesn't, he even makes it obvious, Kelsey. That's what I can't get. He's obvious with it. He doesn't even hide what he's doing. He's lying through his teeth because he gets a thrill from it. He likes to control people. I used to always say about people, know when they'd tried to get one over on someone, and you'd see that grin on the face, as if to say, oh, I've just fooled you. And now you say, no, that person you've just fooled isn't the bad one. You are. And the face would drop. And I go, you're the bad one. Now, I've always been of that opinion since I was a teenager. I'd say, you're the bad one for trying to... What are you getting out of trying to make an idiot out of them? Is that giving you a thrill in some way? You used to always get me that saying, so don't blame the victim. Blame the person that's trying to fool them or con them. Oh, what's this? Let's see. Someone interested. Well, NFG, I would have advised them, leave them to it. Sorry, leave them to it. If someone's stupid enough to fall for it, let them. I mean, oh God, darlings. Do you want to see something tragic? That's my phone. Look at that. Is that a phone or is that just a mobile brick? Now, I've seen a lovely phone for £2,000 where I could do all kinds of lovely stuff. Yeah, do you think I'll even get a penny? No, I believe most people don't like me. Where they like People hate my guts. They say, there's that thing, and I had to wait for people like ViDEOCRAiG to be sympathetic to me and put me on his show, knowing that no one wants to come on because that thing is on there. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember that. I remember that.
Hey, Hey, Hey,
Yeah, I remember all that. I certainly do. Don't you lot are mean to me? Not one you coming on. How? And it's getting too late now because if anyone called on now, I will do Crafty Cow. I'll send you the invoice. Yeah. No, you send me the money through. I'll start it. What's that thing called? PayPal me thing or whatever it is, or a very, very expensive buy me a coffee, £2,000 coffee. Well, yeah, he is a liar, and it's LIAR, right? Not ER. Yeah, he is he's but what it is, he's enjoying it. He's getting out of that. Keep on saying this. The more he can lie to people right to the faces and get away with it, he's seen them all as mugs. He gets off on people being mugs. That's what he does. He always plays the victim. Oh, the victim. No, look, he's saying 1 second, I'm more positive than it's, you know what, guys, this and destroy me. So he's just playing the game. He's putting videos up to put it up. But how this is going to end up ending, as Kelly asked, God knows. God knows where it's all going to end. Scott Sheg, he'll go on ViDEOCRaig's, won't he? Yeah, won't come on mine though. Oh no, too scared to come on mine, isn't he? And you see how ViDEOCRaig suddenly vanished? Yeah, that one. Hey, the mistress that dare not be defied, CHRISSIE. See that? Yeah, ViDEOCRaig, he's been hauled away by his ear. So you see, you all think she's nice, don't you? I could tell you stories. I could tell stories about that one. I could tell you stories about that. Oh, that meeting in when we met up. Me, ViDEOCRaig, and hey, that dare not be defied. How weird. Dare not be defied. Oh. Terrible, a man being controlled like that. See, this is it. I don't know how long it's going to work for Decca. I think it's going to come to an end point eventually. It's going to poof, and then he'll know. He won't be able to. So let's see your face, ViDEOCRaig. Oh, didn't know it was you then.
Hello.
Hello, I thought it was someone pretending to be my lovely ViDEOCRaig.
Why would anybody pretend to be me, Anne?
Oh, you're so famous and popular. You are. You're very popular. So, what's your views on Decca? I mean, we've never heard you speak about him.
Oh, God, who's he?
Who's that person? So that's true. He struck your channel 11 times.
11 times I've had strikes off him, and I've won every single one of them in appeal.
Oh, God. I didn't know. I thought that he was letting you do it because he was getting their views out of it himself.
No, it all falls under fair use. I know the rules of that side of YouTube very well. I've got a friend who has a channel called Heavy Spoilers, who's got, sorry, I'm walking, so I'm a little bit out of breath. Hold on. I've got a friend who's got a channel called Heavy Spoilers. He's got 1.2 million subscribers. And he does all of his stuff on Disney movies and Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. And he gets away with using their content, and they try and strike him all the time. So he told me how to go about it and get away with it under fair use.
Because I get worried about it, but yeah, I've seen people, and there's some right, and they go on, especially these American ones, and you see them and they're doing a response video, and this is what they're doing. They're not actually talking about it, and it's like, how is that a response video when you're just nodding through the vast majority of it?
I've seen reaction videos to like comedy sketches, and all they do is laugh at the funny bits.
Yeah, that's what they do. But who should I do response videos about?
I don't know. Have you seen that BUMMYS? He's pretty good.
Oh, he's brilliant. That's my friend, you know. I believe he's your cousin. Yeah, I believe he's your cousin.
Well, see, he tells people he's my cousin, but I'm adopted, so we're not blood relatives.
Oh, yeah. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that, or we'll get embarrassed. And we'll feel ashamed of ourselves. So where's the mistress at the moment?
The mistress? Well, I never tell anybody where the mistress is. But the missus is at home.
Oh, what's that joke I heard once? Oh, what is it?
Oh, was it why did the chicken cross the road?
No, not that one.
Why did Diet Chips cross the road? Because his cock was stuck in the chicken.
Chicken. Here we are. I've got a response to that. I'm not on the right page, so we've got a response to that. Here we go. Here we go. Have you never heard him, Charlie C. Chuck?
Charlie C. Chuck? I don't even know what that is.
Here we are. This is. Can you see, or you looking?
Yeah, I can see.
He just blasted onto the scene. I think it was the 80s or 90s. Bizarre.
It looks more like the early 80s by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, he was so bizarre. He just shocked everyone. He used to come on and he'd do things like this. He'd say things, he'd do that Eeyore. And then he'd just come on and say donkey. And people would be falling across. He was funny, but really, really weird he was.
Do you know who I'd love to see do a stand-up set?
Who?
Diet Chips.
With his tits.
With his fucking... smoking a fucking roll-up with his sheepskin on stage in like a working men's club. And he'd just be like, Des, you know, take a draw of his cigarette and everybody would laugh. I think it would be amazing.
How come you've developed a lisp?
A lisp?
Yeah, you've got lisp. You're talking like that.
I'm out of breath.
Oh, because strange enough, Chrissy developed one for a very small part of your show. Oh yeah, woof bark. That's what he used to say, didn't he? Woof bark, donkey. Woof bark. Oh, it was funny.
Sounds hilarious.
Oh, he was mad. People laughed at the fact because it didn't make any sense what he used to say. So what's your prediction for Decca? He's not back at home. He's saying again. Do you think people will start thinking, oh, this is just getting boring now, and they'll abandon him?
Well, I'm bored.
Yeah. But you're getting the views. You're getting more views than him, aren't you?
Yeah. And I'm bored.
Yeah, it is getting a bit... But what about this situation with Shadowbox? And Shadowbox is determined to try and catch your eye, isn't he?
Well, you know what, right? I was saying this to Chrissy the other day, right? Shadowboxer's content and the kind of antagonist he is. If he wasn't a convicted sex offender, I'd probably be his pal.
Really?
Yeah, I find him very entertaining, me, but unfortunately, he's got that thing that I just can't look past.
What I find about him, I don't find him funny. I find him. You get some. I've noticed this because my mum was Irish, and I used to go up there now and again. Southern Irish was, And I don't know it's about some Irish people. You get English people doing this as well, but they shout. For some reason, they can't talk to you. They shout. And it's like, and I used to think, is this because they've been living in a remote village somewhere and they had no telephone or that, no, they couldn't meet people face to face? All shout. And he reminds me of that. And it's like, oh, stop shouting. There's no need to shout. But yeah, I don't know. I could never, ever get on with him because there's something really unbalanced about him. Do you get that? That he's
he's a proper nutter, but
yeah.
so much. Do you know what I mean?
But it's different. You're in control of yourself. He isn't. He's way away. But he's way away with them. I don't know.
Like he can edit pretty well, with very limited equipment, and you know, he's definitely got a sense of humor. But he's like you say, we don't just think he's a wrong'un. We know he's a wrong'un.
We know he is. Yeah, it's no doubt about it. And he confirmed it himself, and that's why I say he's not right in the head, because he literally went out. And who's got the worst? Who's got the worst convictions? Shadow, Bacon, or Toonami?
I don't know who Toonami is.
Oh, wait a minute. I heard something like that the other day. I can't remember who it was.
Who's Toonami?
I know. Ned just tells me Toonami is. I heard that the other day, and I can't remember.
I'm taking it Toonami's a Geordie. It would be really weird if he isn't, but I don't know who they mean.
Oh, is it Tony? You know TB?
Tony who?
TB.
Oh, well, no, because he's not a Geordie. He's not a Geordie.
But he used to live there, didn't he?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that he didn't. That's just not as far as I'm aware. I know very little about him.
No, because remember you have, when he was talking to me, can't you get there those Tin Woodsman? You know the Tin Woodsman from The Wizard of Oz? Don't they sell them in Newcastle on stalls? The Tin Men.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, because they have them actually at a good price. They usually cost you like £80. They could sell them for 60. And I said to him, this is when we were talking, I said, get us one. I said, can you get us one? And he went, I'll get you one. And then I realized, I thought, oh no, he's going to rob it. So I said, don't bother. Because I thought he's going to rob one. And I thought, I can't be bothered with that. But anyway, let's see.
And I'm starting to feel like I've had a lobotomy because I've got no clue what you're on about.
Do you know? I'll explain again. You know Tony Bakers?
Right, yes.
Well, I'm sure he was in Newcastle and he was putting up videos, and I saw these Tin Men, and I've always wanted one of them. You can put them in your garden. You can get big ones and you can get little ones. And so I said to him, where did you get that Tin Man? Because I said, I'm seeing them for 80 quid, 90 quid, which is a bit much. And he said, oh, they sell them on the stalls here. They're in the pubs, some of the pubs. And the hairdressers, they have these Tin Men, Tin Woodsman.
Tin Men? I've never seen them.
And so anyway, I said, get us one. And he said, all right, I'll get you one. Then don't know, he's going to, I had this fear he was going to rob it. So I said, don't. I said, please don't get me one. I said, forget it, I asked for that. But yet they were great. Here we are.
So hold on a second. So Tony was going to give you one, but then at the last moment you changed your mind. At the last moment you changed your mind when he was going to give you one.
Oh, wait. Here we are, Dublin. A bit of a geography comment about Irish there. Would you like to make comments about, I'm half Irish, Dublin. Southern Irish, right? So go, and if you don't like it, sod off, because you just gripe. And I'm sure I've had you on before making stupid little allegations. You think that's racism, saying that some Irish people are allowed? Can you tell me where that's actually racist to say that some Irish people are allowed when I'm half Irish, Southern Irish from the Free State? So how is that racist, Dublin? I'm sorry, to say someone speaks loud is not racist. Because guess what? Liverpool people have a horrible way of pronouncing certain words, curse words, so they sound horrible.
Now saying it's a horrible way, that's racist.
say a horrible way, where if you hear a Cockney saying the same curse words, it sounds posh. So am I racist now against Liverpool people? Go get a life, you sad individual. This it, they tried to play right. And if you want to hear racism, right, if I remember when I was going to County Wicklow, I can't remember them being delicate about having what I'd term racist views on other people, including the English. So there we go. That's you told. I hate people doing that. No, they try to put it down. I want to be a victim. You just said that the Irish men talk loud. If that's what you call racism, my God, you've had it easy. Try to be a black person. Try to be an ethnic minority person, or try to be part of the LGBTI community. Then tell me what bigotry is. So there's me having my rant, trying to be stupid. Anyway, so there we go. Watch him, Kelsey, watch him. So anyway, Craig, I'm going to be getting off soon. So what did you think of my show? Did you think it was brilliant? Hey, well, I'll play this again. So you can say what. Liar. I am a liar. Hey, well, here's Chrissy. Number 5, Mrs. ViDEOCRAiG. So anyway, Craig, thank you for saving the show again. Now tell your friend, Scotch Chegg, if he doesn't come on again, I'll be getting both his little danglies and cutting them off, because he's on next week when I do it, or he's on when I'm on again doing a live, because he's frightened of me. Do you think he needs breaking in, Craig, into Anne's world?
Well, the one thing I can say about all eggs is they're normally very easily cracked.
Yeah, very easy. I think he's nervous. He's thinking,
maybe what you need to do is sit on him for 6 weeks until he hatches.
Yeah, I'll sit on him. Come round, Scotch Chegg, and I'll sit on you for a week and hatch you out your shell. And then you'll be as obnoxious and horrible and vile as me and Craig, you will, because I sat on him for a week until he hatched out his egg. I did. So anyway, Craig, thank you, Don. This is just for you. This is just for Craig. Here we go. And thank you to everyone else, my beautiful Kelsey, for actually being my moderator. So thank you, Craig, darling. And any time you want me to help you out by mentioning your name, I will do, darling. I will. And give Chrissy all my love. It just doesn't reply. Like, just ignore me. Like, just ignore me. Like, just ignore me. Who's egg on the face? There's a bit. Anyway, I'll see you later, Craig, darling. Bye-bye, darling, and bye-bye, everyone.
Good night, Anne.
And
you had me muted, you little sausage.
I didn't. Yeah, don't start. Don't start. Oh, he's naughty, isn't he? He's a naughty boy. I know why. See you soon, bitch. Bye, bitch. Anyway, I'll leave you with this again, my darlings, and thank you all for tuning in. And we'll have the next one next Friday.